99% of people aged 70 to 80 cannot do these 11 things. Wisdom for living, Stoicism. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. Have you ever thought about what separates those who age gracefully and maintain a zest for life from those who struggle in their later years? Today, on Stoic in Your Life, we're diving deep into the wisdom that reveals the secrets behind a fulfilled and vibrant old age. We're talking about habits, small, consistent actions that make all the difference. In this video, we'll explore 11 things that 99% of people aged 70 to 80 find challenging or even impossible to do. But here's the kicker. You can start cultivating these habits today to ensure your later years are filled with strength, wisdom, and joy. Stick around, because the last point might just change the way you view aging forever. If you find this content valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss out on the wisdom we share. Let's get started. Lesson 1. Keep a sharp mind and see through people's tricks. How many of us have looked at someone much older, yet brimming with energy and clarity, and wondered, what's their secret? As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In today's discussion, we delve into the wisdom of living a full life well into our golden years. This isn't just about growing older, but doing so with grace, strength, and mental sharpness. As we journey through life, one of the greatest assets we can cultivate is a sharp mind, a mind that can see through people's tricks, navigate life's complexities, and remain steady amidst chaos. This ability is not something that comes with age alone, but through constant practice and a commitment to intellectual growth. When you think of great minds like Marcus Aurelius, who led the Roman Empire with wisdom and restraint, it's clear that a sharp mind is one that is continuously honed, like a sword kept ready for battle. So, how can we develop this ability to see through the facade that people often present? The first step is to stay curious and always ask questions. As Socrates famously put it, the unexamined life is not worth living. Asking the right questions keeps our minds active and less prone to manipulation. But it goes beyond curiosity. We must also develop the habit of critical thinking, questioning the status quo, analyzing motives, and understanding that not everything presented to us is as it seems. Consider this. In a world filled with misinformation, fake news, and half-truths, those who can't see through these deceptions are easily led astray. This is especially true as we age. The ability to discern fact from fiction doesn't just protect us. It allows us to make wiser decisions, maintain meaningful relationships, and live a life true to our values. Remember the words of Seneca, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." It's essential to challenge our perceptions and never take things at face value. Wisdom and clarity come from a life lived with intention and awareness. In modern times, it's easier than ever to be caught up in a whirlwind of distractions. Social media, constant notifications, endless to-do lists. It's no wonder so many of us feel overwhelmed, our minds dulled by the sheer volume of information. To keep a sharp mind, we must prioritize our mental well-being by engaging in activities that stimulate our brains, like reading, puzzles, or learning new skills. Additionally, mindfulness practices such as meditation can help us maintain focus and clarity, cutting through the noise of everyday life. This is where the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, comes into play. By mentally preparing for challenges, we train our minds to remain calm and clear, even when faced with adversity. Furthermore, a sharp mind is not just about intelligence, but emotional intelligence, the ability to read people, understand their motives, and navigate social dynamics with grace and tact. Think about a time when you've seen through someone's hidden agenda or recognized a false compliment. That skill can be refined, much like a muscle, through consistent use. To see through people's tricks, you must also understand the power of empathy and active listening. By truly listening to others, not just hearing them. We can discern truth from deception, sincerity from manipulation. This aligns with the Stoic teaching of understanding human nature. As Epictetus wisely noted, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Being able to see through people's tricks is about understanding human behavior and motives, a skill that remains invaluable throughout life. It's not about becoming cynical, but rather about becoming wise, knowing that not everyone's words or actions align with their true intentions. And while this might seem daunting, it's quite empowering. When you are not easily fooled, you can focus on building genuine connections and protecting your peace of mind from those who do not have your best interests at heart. In applying these principles to our daily lives, we can learn to navigate the world more effectively. When someone tries to manipulate us, we can respond with calm clarity, not allowing their actions to disrupt our inner peace. This is particularly crucial as we age. Many older adults find themselves vulnerable to scams, manipulation, or even well-intentioned but misguided advice from others. But with a sharp mind, they can remain independent, make sound decisions, and live a life of dignity and purpose. A practical way to start sharpening your mind is to practice daily reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what did I learn today? Did I see something that wasn't quite right? How did I handle that situation? Reflecting helps you consolidate your experiences and learn from them, making you more astute in the future. Additionally, engage with people who challenge you intellectually. Debate ideas, read different perspectives, and never shy away from difficult conversations. This kind of mental exercise keeps your brain agile and ready to see through the complexities of life. To connect this to modern life, think of how often we face decisions influenced by others, whether it's a persuasive advertisement, a political campaign, or even a friend's suggestion. Being able to see through the surface and question deeper motives enables us to make choices that truly serve our well-being. This aligns with the Stoic idea of focusing on what is within our control. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Keeping a sharp mind isn't just about staying mentally active. It's about cultivating a deeper understanding of human nature and using that understanding to navigate life wisely. It's about recognizing that our perceptions shape our reality and choosing to see the world with clarity and purpose. So, let us strive to sharpen our minds, to see beyond the surface, and to live with the wisdom that only comes from truly understanding ourselves and the world around us. This is the path to a fulfilling life, not just in our later years, but every day that we are fortunate enough to live. Lesson 2. Your body stays in good shape. Keeping your body in good shape is more than just about looking good. It's about maintaining your independence, your ability to enjoy life, and the freedom to do what you love, even as you age. You see, your body is like a car. If you don't take care of it, it's going to break down sooner rather than later. Think about it. How many people in their 70s and 80s do you see struggling with simple tasks, like climbing a flight of stairs or even just standing up from a chair? Now, what if I told you that this doesn't have to be your future? You can choose to live differently, to prioritize your physical health today, so that you can continue to live a life full of vitality and freedom tomorrow. The ancient Stoics, such as Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, often reminded us that our bodies are not separate from our minds. They are interconnected and deeply influence one another. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But this power also extends to our physical selves. When we take care of our bodies, we are also nurturing our minds. Consider the energy and mental clarity that comes after a good workout. Your body feels alive, your mind sharp, and your spirit uplifted. But maintaining your body isn't just about hitting the gym or lifting weights. It's about incorporating movement into your daily routine in ways that are enjoyable and sustainable. Do you enjoy walking? Make it a habit to walk every morning and observe the world around you. Do you like dancing? Then dance in your living room as if no one is watching. The key is consistency, finding ways to move that you love so that it never feels like a chore. Now let's bring this to a story that's relevant in modern life. I know a man, David, in his early 40s, who realized the importance of physical health a little late. He was a successful corporate executive, spending long hours at his desk, glued to his computer screen and attending endless meetings. His life was all about work, and he rarely found time for exercise or even a simple stretch. One day, he noticed he was getting tired too quickly. His back hurt constantly, and he felt much older than his actual age. That's when he decided to change. David started small, just a 10-minute walk during his lunch break. Over time, that walk turned into a jog, and that jog eventually led him to discover a love for yoga. Now David not only feels better physically, but his mental clarity has improved, and he's even found that he handles stress at work much more effectively. He often says, "Taking care of my body has been the best decision of my life. It's given me a new perspective and energy to tackle everything else." Ask yourself this: are you making choices today that your future self will thank you for? Are you investing in your health, not just for the sake of vanity, but for the sake of a long, enjoyable, and fulfilling life? We often think that aging means inevitably getting weaker, but it doesn't have to be that way. Strength training, for example, is incredibly beneficial, especially as we age. It helps maintain muscle mass, which is crucial for overall mobility and balance, reducing the risk of falls, a significant concern for older adults. It's never too late to start, whether you're 30, 50, or even 70. Studies have shown that even in their 80s and beyond, people can still build muscle and strength. It's about persistence, about starting where you are and progressing little by little. Moreover, keeping your body in good shape isn't just about exercise, it's also about nutrition. As the saying goes, you are what you eat. The foods you consume fuel your body and mind, impacting your energy levels, mood, and even your cognitive abilities. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains provides the necessary nutrients to keep your body functioning at its best. On the flip side, a diet high in processed foods, sugars, and unhealthy fats can lead to weight gain, fatigue, and a host of health problems down the line. So consider your diet. Are you eating foods that nourish you or ones that merely fill you up? A simple change, like incorporating more greens into your meals or reducing sugary snacks, can make a significant difference in how you feel and perform each day. Think about the role that your environment plays in your physical health as well. Are you surrounding yourself with people who encourage an active lifestyle, or are you spending time with those who prefer a sedentary way of life? Your social circle can significantly impact your habits and attitudes towards health. It's much easier to go for that evening walk or attend a fitness class if you have a friend or partner joining you. Social support and accountability can be powerful motivators in maintaining an active lifestyle. And it's not just about exercise, it's also about rest and recovery. A good night's sleep is fundamental to your overall well-being. It's during sleep that your body repairs itself, your muscles recover, and your mind rejuvenates. So, ask yourself, are you getting enough quality sleep, or are you burning the candle at both ends? The Stoics believed in living in accordance with nature, and this includes listening to our bodies and respecting their need for rest. As Epictetus wisely said, "No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen." In the same way, achieving a healthy and strong body is not an overnight task. It requires patience, dedication, and a commitment to nurturing oneself over time. Remember that maintaining your body in good shape is about much more than just avoiding the infirmities of old age. It's about living a life that's full of energy, enthusiasm, and the freedom to pursue what you love, without being limited by physical constraints. So what will you do today to take a step toward better health? Will you go for that walk? Prepare a healthy meal? Or maybe stretch out the tension in your back? Your future self is counting on you to make the right choices now. And as you do, you will find that a strong, healthy body also nurtures a resilient, clear mind, perfectly aligned with the Stoic way of living, a life of virtue, wisdom, and fulfillment. Because in the end, a healthy body supports a healthy mind, and both are essential for living a truly good life. Lesson 3. You have hobbies and life is never boring. Having hobbies is not just a way to pass the time. It's a way to enrich your life, keep your mind sharp, and ensure that life is never boring no matter your age. Think about it. When was the last time you lost track of time doing something you love? Maybe it was painting, gardening, playing an instrument, or even learning a new language. Hobbies are more than mere distractions. They are the fuel that keeps our inner fire burning, providing us with a sense of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. As we age, it becomes even more crucial to have interests that keep us engaged and mentally active. The philosopher Aristotle once said, "Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work." This quote isn't just about your career, but about any passion that captivates your heart and mind. It's these passions that make life feel rich and worthwhile, giving us something to look forward to every day. But why are hobbies so essential, especially as we grow older? Well, think of hobbies as a way to stay mentally agile. Studies have shown that engaging in hobbies can improve cognitive functions, such as memory and problem-solving skills. When you learn a new skill or immerse yourself in an activity that challenges you, you're exercising your brain in the same way physical activity exercises your body. Hobbies help create new neural connections, keeping your mind sharp and your spirit youthful. Consider this. Have you ever noticed how quickly time passes when you're fully immersed in a hobby you love? That state of flow, where you're so engaged that everything else fades away, is incredibly beneficial for your mental health. It reduces stress, increases happiness, and gives you a sense of achievement. Moreover, hobbies often bring a sense of community. Whether it's joining a local book club, a painting class, or a chess group, these activities provide opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals, fostering a sense of belonging and reducing feelings of loneliness, which are common as we age. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, wrote, "Man is a social animal. We cannot live alone. By engaging in hobbies that we love and sharing these experiences with others, we cultivate a sense of community and support, essential for a fulfilling life." So ask yourself, do you have a hobby that you love? Are you actively seeking out new experiences that excite and challenge you? Having hobbies also helps us embrace a growth mindset, the idea that our abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. This mindset is particularly empowering as we age, reminding us that it's never too late to learn something new or pursue a passion we've always dreamed of. Many of us have preconceived notions that certain activities are too difficult or that we're too old to start something new. But think about the countless stories of people who took up new hobbies later in life and excelled at them, like Grandma Moses, who started painting in her 70s and became one of America's most beloved folk artists. Her story is a powerful reminder that age is just a number. It's the passion within that truly counts. So, what's stopping you from picking up that guitar you've always wanted to learn, or signing up for that cooking class? Remember, as the Stoics teach us, the obstacles in our path can become the path itself. When we pursue hobbies, we're not only keeping ourselves busy, but also opening ourselves up to new experiences and possibilities. Every time you learn something new, or take on a new challenge, you're proving to yourself that you are capable of growth and change, no matter your age. This is a powerful antidote to the fear of aging, or the misconception that life becomes duller as we grow older. On the contrary, life can become richer, more vibrant, and more rewarding with each passing year, if we cultivate interests that keep our minds and hearts engaged. Think of a hobby as a small seed that, with time and attention, grows into a beautiful tree, bearing fruit for years to come. Just like that tree, our hobbies need nurturing, patience, and dedication. Consider the example of a retired teacher who took up photography. Initially, It was just a way to fill her days, but soon it became a passion. She started exploring her city with her camera, capturing moments of everyday beauty. Over time, her hobby grew into something more. She began showcasing her work in local exhibitions, met other photographers, and even taught photography classes. What began as a simple hobby turned into a new chapter of her life, filled with creativity, connection, and purpose. Her story illustrates that hobbies are not just about filling time, they are about enriching our lives, giving us new stories to tell, and creating opportunities for growth and connection. But let's bring it back to you. Are you nurturing a hobby that brings you joy? Are you allowing yourself to explore new interests? Or have you resigned yourself to the idea that it's too late? It's never too late to try something new. The key is to start small and give yourself permission to enjoy the process without worrying about perfection or results. After all, the purpose of a hobby isn't to be the best. It's to engage, to learn, and to find pleasure in the activity itself. As the Roman philosopher Seneca wisely noted, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Dare to try, dare to fail, and most importantly, dare to enjoy the process." Hobbies are also a great way to practice mindfulness, being present in the moment. Whether you're painting, gardening, playing music, or even knitting, hobbies require you to focus on the task at hand, providing a break from the constant noise of daily life. This focus can be incredibly calming and therapeutic, reducing anxiety and fostering a sense of inner peace. So, consider what activities make you feel most alive and most present. What hobbies allow you to lose track of time and feel truly engaged? And how can you incorporate more of these activities into your daily routine? Remember that having hobbies keeps life vibrant and prevents it from becoming monotonous or predictable. They keep our minds active, our hearts engaged, and our spirits high. In a world that often values productivity above all else, hobbies remind us of the joy of simply doing something for the love of it. So I encourage you to think about what you love doing, or what you've always wanted to try, and make time for it. Your hobbies are your refuge, your playground, and your field of exploration. They are the keys to a fulfilling life, offering joy, purpose, and endless possibilities, regardless of your age. Embrace them, nurture them, and let them be a reminder that life is full of opportunities for growth, discovery, and happiness. Remember, life is never boring when you have something you love to do. So, what hobby will you explore next? Lesson 4. Social connections. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to thrive in their golden years, while others struggle with loneliness and a lack of purpose? One of the most overlooked secrets to a fulfilling life as we age is the power of social connections. As the great Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Friendship always benefits, love sometimes injures." In this lesson, we're going to explore the vital role that social connections play in maintaining not just our happiness but our health and longevity. So, let's dive deep into why fostering meaningful relationships is one of the most important things you can do for yourself, not just now, but for the rest of your life. Human beings are inherently social creatures. Our need to connect with others runs deep, and it's something that has been part of our evolutionary fabric for thousands of years. Yet, as we move through life, juggling careers, responsibilities, and personal goals, we often underestimate the importance of maintaining and nurturing our social connections. This oversight becomes more pronounced as we age, and for many, the golden years can become a period of isolation, leading to a decline in both mental and physical health. But here's a thought. What if the key to aging well isn't just about keeping our bodies and minds active, but also about keeping our social networks alive and vibrant? Studies consistently show that people who maintain strong social connections tend to live longer, healthier, and happier lives. This isn't just about having a large circle of friends. It's about cultivating meaningful relationships that provide emotional support, intellectual stimulation, and a sense of belonging. Consider the words of Marcus Aurelius. Men exist for the sake of one another. Teach them or bear with them. This quote isn't just about tolerance. It's about the essential role we play in each other's lives. Think about a time when a simple conversation with a friend or even a friendly stranger lifted your spirits. Social connections provide us with an opportunity to share our joys and burdens, to feel understood, and to realize that we are not alone in our struggles. They are the threads that weave together the fabric of our existence, creating a tapestry of shared experiences and mutual support. And as we age, these connections become even more crucial. Why? Because they provide a buffer against the loneliness and isolation that can creep in, especially when life slows down. We all know someone who seems to have aged gracefully, surrounded by friends and loved ones, always engaged in community activities or social gatherings. These people aren't just lucky. They've made a conscious effort to invest in their social lives. It's like planting a garden. If you want it to thrive, you must water it regularly and nurture it with care. The same goes for friendships and social ties. Now consider this in the context of modern life. We live in an age of digital communication, where it's easy to mistake online interactions for real, meaningful connections. But there's a significant difference between liking someone's post on social media and having a heart-to-heart conversation over coffee. Genuine connections require effort and presence. They require us to be fully engaged and willing to share parts of ourselves with others. It's about quality, not quantity. A few deep, meaningful relationships can be far more enriching than 100 superficial ones. And this is where we must challenge ourselves. Are we truly connecting with others? Or are we just staying in touch on the surface? Are we fostering relationships that bring us joy and fulfillment? Or are we merely maintaining contacts out of convenience or habit? It's also important to remember that social connections don't just provide emotional benefits. They have tangible physical health benefits as well. Studies have shown that strong social ties can boost our immune system, reduce the risk of chronic diseases, and even help us recover faster from illness. When we connect with others, our bodies release oxytocin, a hormone that promotes feelings of trust and reduces stress. This is why, even in moments of hardship, having someone to talk to can make all the difference. The Stoics understood this well. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listening to others, truly being present for them, and sharing in their joys and sorrows is a fundamental part of being human. It's about giving as much as it is about receiving. So how can we apply this wisdom in our daily lives to ensure we maintain strong social connections as we age? Start by making a conscious effort to reach out to those around you. Don't wait for others to come to you. Take the initiative. Call an old friend, join a club, or participate in community events. Engage in conversations that go beyond small talk. Ask questions, share your thoughts, and show genuine interest in others. And don't forget to nurture your closest relationships. Like any other investment, the more you put into it, the more you'll get out. This might mean scheduling regular get-togethers or setting aside time each week to check in on someone you care about. And remember, it's never too late to form new friendships or rekindle old ones. Sometimes the most unexpected relationships can bring the greatest joy and fulfillment. Consider the story of John, a retiree who found himself feeling isolated after moving to a new city. Instead of resigning himself to a life of solitude, he decided to join a local chess club. Not only did he rekindle his passion for the game, but he also met new friends who shared his interests. Over time, these connections became a vital source of companionship and joy in his life, proving that it's never too late to build new bridges. John's story is a reminder that maintaining social connections requires action and openness to new experiences. Now, ask yourself, are you investing enough in your social connections? Are you building relationships that will sustain you, not just now, but well into your later years? The strength of our social bonds can often determine our quality of life more than any other factor. It's not about how many people you know, but how deeply you connect with them. As we age, we have the opportunity to focus more on these relationships, to deepen them, and to create lasting memories that will keep us vibrant and engaged. So, take the time today to think about your social connections. Reach out, engage, and remember that these ties are what will keep you grounded and fulfilled, no matter what life throws your way. In the end, life is not just about surviving, but about thriving. And our social connections are a crucial part of that journey. The wisdom of the Stoics teaches us that we are all interconnected, and it is through these connections that we find true meaning and happiness in life. So, what steps will you take today to strengthen your social ties and enrich your life for the years to come? Thank you for joining us in this video. After learning about these key principles for a fulfilling life, which one do you think is the most important for personal growth and happiness as we age? Have you or someone you know experienced the benefits of these Stoic teachings in daily life? We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're not sure how to start, feel free to share which principle you found most intriguing, or ask any questions you have about applying these ideas. Your insights and experiences could inspire others in our community. Don't hesitate. Leave a comment below. Lesson 5. Financial stability. When we talk about financial stability, we're not just discussing numbers in a bank account. We're talking about peace of mind, freedom, and the ability to live life on your own terms, especially as you grow older. Think about it. What does financial stability really mean to you? Is it the ability to retire comfortably, knowing you won't have to worry about where your next meal is coming from, or whether you can afford your medical bills? Or is it about having the flexibility to pursue passions, support loved ones, and enjoy life's pleasures without the constant stress of financial insecurity? Financial stability is not just a goal. It's a fundamental aspect of a fulfilling and secure life, especially as we approach our later years. But how do we achieve it? And more importantly, how do we maintain it? Let's explore this together, looking at both practical steps and the mindset needed to build a financially stable future. First, let's address the importance of planning. Just as a Stoic would prepare for life's uncertainties by cultivating a resilient mind, we too must prepare for financial uncertainties by cultivating good habits and a thoughtful strategy. Think about it. Do you have a clear financial plan for your future? Are you regularly saving, investing wisely, and living within your means? As Epictetus once said, wealth consists not in having great possessions but in having few wants. This isn't about denying ourselves the pleasures of life, but about understanding the difference between wants and needs, between instant gratification and long-term security. Financial stability starts with a solid plan, one that includes budgeting, saving, investing, and planning for retirement. It means being proactive about managing your money, rather than reactive. Ask yourself, are you in control of your finances? Or are your finances controlling you? Now consider the story of Sarah, a woman in her mid-50s who learned the hard way the value of financial planning. In her 30s and 40s, Sarah enjoyed a comfortable lifestyle, spending freely on luxuries and not paying much attention to saving for the future. Then came an unexpected health issue that forced her into early retirement. Suddenly, without a stable income and with mounting medical bills, Sarah realized she hadn't prepared adequately for this stage of her life. She had to downsize, cut back on expenses, and rely on family support. But instead of giving in to despair, Sarah decided to turn things around. She sought financial advice, started a strict budgeting regimen, and took up part-time work from home to rebuild her savings. Over time, she regained her financial footing, but she often reflects on how different things might have been if she had started planning earlier. Sarah's story is a powerful reminder that life can throw us unexpected curveballs, and having a financial cushion can make all the difference. But financial stability isn't just about preparing for the unexpected. It's also about making smart choices with the money you do have. This involves understanding the basics of investing, diversifying your portfolio, and being cautious about debt. It's easy to fall into the trap of using credit cards or taking on loans to finance a lifestyle beyond our means. But remember the wise words of Seneca: debt is the slavery of the free. Living beyond our means today can lead to a life of financial constraint tomorrow. So, consider your current spending habits. Are they aligned with your long-term financial goals? Are you spending on things that truly matter? Or are you accumulating things that bring only temporary satisfaction? It's crucial to cultivate a mindset of financial discipline, where every dollar spent is a step either towards or away from your financial freedom. Let's also talk about the importance of building an emergency fund. This isn't just a safety net, it's a foundation upon which financial stability is built. Having a reserve for unforeseen expenses, whether it's a sudden home repair, a health emergency, or even a pandemic, can prevent you from sliding into debt or having to make drastic lifestyle changes. Financial advisors often suggest having 3 to 6 months' worth of expenses saved up in an easily accessible account. How does your emergency fund look? Is it enough to cover you in times of unexpected need? If not, what steps can you start taking today to build it up? Remember, it's never too late to start saving, even if it's just a small amount each month. Over time, these small contributions can grow, providing a buffer that brings peace of mind. In modern life, it can be easy to lose sight of these principles. We're constantly bombarded with messages to buy, consume, and upgrade, often equating material wealth with success and happiness. But true financial stability is about having the freedom to make choices that align with your values and needs, not feeling trapped by financial obligations or the pursuit of more. So how can you align your financial habits with your values? What steps can you take to simplify your life and focus on what truly brings you joy and fulfillment? At the end of the day, financial stability is about more than just money. It's about securing your future and ensuring that you can live with dignity, independence, and peace of mind. As we reflect on this, let's remember the Stoic teaching that advises us to focus on what we can control. We may not be able to control the stock market, economic downturns, or unexpected expenses, but we can control how we prepare for these possibilities. It's about making wise, informed decisions and understanding that every financial choice today impacts our tomorrow. So, what lessons can we draw from all this? First, be proactive rather than reactive with your finances. Take the time to plan, save, and invest in your future. Second, understand the power of living within your means and avoiding unnecessary debt. Third, prioritize building an emergency fund to shield yourself from life's uncertainties. And lastly, align your financial decisions with your core values and long-term goals. Ask yourself, what kind of financial future do you want? And what steps can you take today to make that a reality? Your financial stability is in your hands, and by taking control now, you can ensure a more secure and fulfilling life in the years to come. Remember, it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. And with the right mindset and habits, you can create a future where you not only live, but truly flourish. Lesson 6. Nurture your sense of humor. Have you ever noticed how some people, even as they age, manage to keep a twinkle in their eyes and a lightness in their step? They seem to laugh easily, joke often, and approach life with a sense of joy and playfulness that's infectious. What is their secret? It's the power of a good sense of humor. A sense of humor is not just about making others laugh. It's a vital tool for navigating life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. Humor can be a bridge over troubled waters, a balm for the soul, and a way to maintain perspective in challenging times. It keeps us youthful, not just in spirit but also in health. As Mark Twain famously said, humor is mankind's greatest blessing. So how can nurturing a sense of humor contribute to a fulfilling and resilient life, especially as we grow older? Let's explore this together. First, consider the many benefits that come with having a good sense of humor. Laughter, as they say, is the best medicine, and there is more truth to this than you might think. Studies have shown that laughter can reduce stress, boost the immune system, and even relieve pain by triggering the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. But beyond the physical benefits, a A sense of humor can also be a powerful mental tool. It allows us to see things from a different perspective, to find light even in dark situations, and to connect with others in a genuine way. When was the last time you found yourself laughing at a situation that might have otherwise upset you? How did it make you feel? Chances are it provided a moment of relief, a way to release tension, and a reminder that no matter how serious life gets, there's always room for a little levity. Now think about how this applies to our later years. Aging comes with its own set of challenges: health concerns, loss of loved ones, and sometimes the feeling of becoming less relevant in a rapidly changing world. But a good sense of humor can act as a buffer against these challenges, helping us cope with the inevitable changes that come with age. Imagine facing a tough diagnosis or navigating the realities of a fixed income. Those who can laugh, who can find humor in their daily lives, are often better equipped to handle these situations with grace and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, once advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In much the same way, cultivating a sense of humor is about choosing to focus on the lighter side of life no matter what challenges we face. It's about finding strength in laughter and using it as a tool to navigate life's ups and downs. Consider the story of Tom, a man in his late 70s who was known for his sharp wit and infectious laugh. Tom faced many of the common struggles that come with aging. He had arthritis that made it difficult to move. He had lost friends and family over the years, and he often felt the sting of loneliness. Yet, despite these challenges, Tom never lost his sense of humor. He loved telling stories, especially ones where he was the butt of the joke, and he had a knack for making others laugh, even in the most serious situations. Once, when his arthritis flared up and he found himself struggling to get up from a chair, he chuckled and said, "Well, I guess gravity wins again." His humor not only lightened his own burden but also brought joy to those around him. Tom's ability to laugh, even at himself, served as a powerful reminder that life, no matter how tough, can always be approached with a sense of humor. But why is humor so crucial, especially as we age? It helps us stay connected to others. Humor has a way of breaking down barriers, of bringing people together. It can turn strangers into friends and tension into relaxation. When we share a laugh, we are reminded of our shared humanity and the fact that, at the end of the day, we're all in this together. So, how often do you allow yourself to laugh? Do you find humor in your daily life, or do you take things too seriously? It's worth considering, especially since social connections are vital to our well-being as we age. A good laugh can be the perfect icebreaker, a way to initiate and maintain relationships. And these relationships in turn provide support, comfort, and companionship, all of which are essential for a fulfilling life. Furthermore, a sense of humor helps us maintain a positive outlook on life. It's easy to get caught up in the negatives, the aches and pains, the loss of youth, the uncertainty of the future. But those who nurture their sense of humor find it easier to focus on the positives, to see the glass as half full, and to find joy in the simple pleasures. As we grow older, life is less about what we achieve and more about how we experience it. A sense of humor allows us to embrace this shift, to find happiness not in what we have but in how we perceive the world around us. It encourages us to not take ourselves too seriously, and to remember that life is a journey meant to be enjoyed, not endured. Let's not forget the mental health benefits of humor either. In a world where anxiety and depression are all too common, especially among older adults, humor offers a natural antidote. It can lighten our mood, provide a temporary escape from worries, and foster a sense of hope and resilience. When we laugh, we are reminded that there is still good in the world, still joy to be found, even in the simplest of moments. And isn't that what we all want? To live a life filled with joy, connection, and meaning? So how can you nurture your sense of humor as you age? Start by seeking out humor in your daily life. Watch a funny movie, read a humorous book, or spend time with people who make you laugh. Don't be afraid to laugh at yourself. Self-deprecating humor is often the best kind, as it shows a level of humility and self-awareness that is both endearing and disarming. Remember the words of Epictetus, who said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Choose to react with laughter. Choose to see the humor in everyday situations. And most importantly, choose to share that humor with others. Nurturing your sense of humor is not just a nice to have, it's a must-have for a fulfilling, resilient, and happy life. It keeps you young at heart, connected to others, and better equipped to handle the challenges of aging. So take a moment today to find something to laugh about. Reflect on the lighter side of life, and share that lightness with those around you. After all, life is too short to be taken too seriously. Embrace your sense of humor and you'll find that not only does it improve your life, but it also enriches the lives of everyone you meet. So, what will you choose to laugh about today? Lesson 7. Embrace minimalism for peace of mind. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the clutter in your life? Not just the physical stuff piling up in your home, but also the mental baggage that comes with it? What if I told you that the secret to a more peaceful, fulfilling life could be found in owning less, not more? As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Now we're diving deep into the concept of minimalism, an approach to life that can free you from the chaos of excess and help you find true peace of mind. Let's explore why embracing minimalism might just be one of the most liberating choices you can make, especially as you age. Embracing minimalism is about more than just clearing out your closet or tidying up your garage. It's a profound philosophy that can transform your entire approach to life. It's about letting go of the things that no longer serve you and making room for what truly matters. Have you ever taken a moment to look around and ask yourself, do I really need all of this? We often accumulate possessions without questioning their value, driven by a consumer culture that equates having more with being more. But what if the opposite were true? What if having less could actually give you more? More freedom, more time, more peace. The idea of minimalism is not new. It's been echoed throughout history, from the teachings of ancient Stoics to modern-day thought leaders. It encourages us to focus on what is essential and strip away the superfluous. As Marcus Aurelius put it, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. To embrace minimalism, start by examining the things you own and asking yourself whether they add value to your life. Do they bring you joy, or are they simply taking up space and weighing you down? Many people find that decluttering their physical environment leads to a decluttering of the mind. Think about it. Every item in your home requires your attention, your care, your space. The more you have, the more you need to manage. By reducing your possessions to the essentials, you free up mental energy that can be better spent on things that truly matter, like building relationships, pursuing passions, or simply enjoying the moment. Ask yourself, is your life filled with meaningful experiences, or are you too busy maintaining and worrying about your possessions? Consider the story of Mark, a man in his early 60s who decided to downsize after his children moved out. At first, he was reluctant to part with the things he had accumulated over a lifetime: furniture, old clothes, countless knickknacks. But as he began to sort through his belongings, he realized that many of them were tied to a past that no longer served him. He decided to keep only those items that held deep personal meaning or served a functional purpose in his life. The rest he sold, donated, or discarded. The result? A smaller, simpler living space, but one filled with only the things that brought him joy and comfort. He found that with fewer distractions, he was able to focus more on his hobbies, spend time with friends and family, and feel a profound sense of peace and freedom. Mark's experience shows us that minimalism is not about deprivation. It's about creating space for what really matters. But minimalism extends beyond just our physical belongings. It also applies to how we spend our time and energy. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by endless commitments, notifications, and information overload. Are you constantly busy yet feel like you're not accomplishing anything meaningful? The Stoics believed in focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. This principle can be applied to minimalism by carefully choosing where to direct our time and energy. Instead of filling your schedule with activities that drain you, consider what truly enriches your life. How much of your daily routine is filled with tasks that you feel obligated to do, rather than things that genuinely bring you satisfaction? By embracing minimalism, we can also learn to appreciate the value of solitude and quiet reflection. In a world that often equates busyness with productivity, taking time to slow down and simplify can be incredibly powerful. As Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This is not about living in a barren home or withdrawing from society, but rather about cultivating an environment, both physical and mental, that supports peace and contentment. When was the last time you sat in a quiet room and simply enjoyed the stillness? Minimalism encourages us to seek these moments of tranquility, to value experiences over possessions, and to find richness in simplicity. Moreover, minimalism allows us to focus on personal growth and well-being. When we remove the excess, we make room for new opportunities, whether that means learning a new skill, deepening our relationships, or simply taking better care of our health. What are the things in your life that truly bring you happiness and fulfillment? Are they material possessions, or are they the experiences and connections you make? The more we accumulate, the more we risk becoming attached to our possessions and defining our worth by them. But by focusing on fewer, more meaningful pursuits, we can find a deeper sense of purpose and satisfaction. In modern life, embracing minimalism can also mean being mindful of the digital clutter we accumulate. Email, social media, and endless streams of information can clutter our minds just as much as physical items clutter our homes. Are you spending your time on activities that enhance your life, or are you lost in the noise of the digital world? By being intentional about what we consume and how we spend our time online, we can reclaim our attention and focus it on what truly matters. So, what lessons can we draw from the concept of minimalism? First, it reminds us that true wealth is not measured by what we own, but by the freedom and peace of mind we cultivate. Second, it encourages us to prioritize experiences and relationships over possessions. Third, it teaches us to be intentional with our time, focusing on what brings genuine joy and meaning. And finally, it offers a path to a simpler, more contented life, free from the burdens of excess. By embracing minimalism, you create space for what truly matters and allow yourself the freedom to live more fully and authentically. Embracing minimalism is about making conscious choices. It's about deciding what's truly important and letting go of the rest. As you reflect on your own life, ask yourself, what can I let go of that no longer serves me? How can I simplify my environment and my schedule to make more room for the things that truly matter? By answering these questions, you take the first steps towards a life that is not only less cluttered but also richer in purpose and joy. So, what will you choose to let go of today to create more space for what truly matters? Lesson 8. Cultivate adaptability and flexibility. In life, one of the most valuable skills you can develop, especially as you age, is the ability to be adaptable and flexible. Think about it. How many times have you faced a situation that didn't go as planned? Life is full of surprises, some pleasant, others challenging. But it's not the events themselves that define us. It's how we respond to them. This is where adaptability comes in, the ability to adjust your thoughts and actions to new situations. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This mindset is about more than just accepting change. It's about embracing it and seeing every twist and turn as an opportunity to learn and grow. So why is cultivating adaptability and flexibility so crucial, particularly as we get older? Let's explore this together and find out how this approach can help you navigate life's uncertainties with confidence and grace. First, let's consider the nature of change. Change is inevitable. From the moment we are born, we are in a constant state of flux, growing, learning, and evolving. But as we age, there's a tendency to resist change, to hold on to the familiar because it feels safe. However, this resistance can become a barrier to growth and happiness. Think about a time when you resisted change, maybe clinging to an old habit or routine that no longer served you. How did that make you feel? Perhaps it created frustration or a sense of being stuck. On the other hand, when you allow yourself to be open to new experiences, you likely feel a sense of freedom and growth. Adaptability means being open to life's changes, whether it's a shift in your career, a change in your family dynamics, or the natural aging process itself. It's about realizing that while you may not have control over external events, you always have control over how you respond. Consider the story of John, a man in his late 60s who had worked in the same industry for over 40 years. When his company downsized, John found himself unexpectedly retired. At first, he struggled with the abrupt change, feeling a deep sense of loss and a fear of the unknown. But rather than letting these feelings paralyze him, John chose to see this as an opportunity. He took a deep breath, reassessed his skills, and realized he had a passion for teaching. John began volunteering at a local community center, sharing his industry knowledge with younger generations. Eventually, he was invited to teach part-time at a local college. What could have been a moment of defeat turned into a new chapter of growth and fulfillment because John was willing to adapt and embrace the change. His story is a powerful reminder that flexibility in the face of change opens the door to new possibilities and opportunities that we might never have considered otherwise. But why is adaptability so important, especially as we age? It's because life doesn't get any simpler. Health challenges might arise, relationships might change, and the world around us continues to evolve at a rapid pace. Those who cultivate adaptability are better equipped to handle these changes with grace. They're not thrown off course by the unexpected. Instead, they adjust their sails and keep moving forward. So, ask yourself, how do you typically react when things don't go as planned? Do you find yourself resisting, clinging to the way things were? Or are you able to pivot and find a new path forward? Developing a mindset of adaptability means seeing every challenge as a chance to grow, to learn something new about yourself, and to expand your capabilities. In modern life, adaptability also means staying curious and being willing to learn. With technology changing at lightning speed and social norms evolving, those who remain flexible are the ones who continue to thrive. Take, for example, the rise of digital communication. Many older adults initially found this shift daunting, preferring face-to-face interactions over video calls or emails. Yet, those who embraced these new tools found that they could stay connected with loved ones across the globe, learn new skills online, and even start new hobbies that they hadn't considered before. Embracing adaptability in this context means being open to learning and not letting fear or discomfort hold you back. How comfortable are you with stepping out of your comfort zone? Could adopting a more flexible mindset help you engage more fully with the world around you? Furthermore, cultivating flexibility doesn't mean being passive or bending to every whim. It means being resilient and strong in your core values while being open to different ways of achieving your goals. It's about being anchored yet flexible, like a tree that bends with the wind but remains rooted in the ground. This combination of strength and flexibility is what allows us to adapt without losing our sense of self. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This Stoic wisdom reminds us that obstacles are not roadblocks, but rather stepping stones. By approaching life with this mindset, we can turn challenges into opportunities for growth and transformation. So, how can you begin to cultivate adaptability and flexibility in your own life? Start by embracing change rather than fearing it. When faced with a new situation, take a moment to breathe and assess. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? Rather than focusing on what you might lose, think about what you could gain. Practice being open to new experiences, even those that might initially feel uncomfortable or unfamiliar. And remember, it's okay to feel uncertain. It's a natural part of the process. But by pushing through that uncertainty, you'll often find a new path or a new way of thinking that you hadn't considered before. Cultivating adaptability and flexibility is not just a nice-to-have skill. It's a necessity for a fulfilling and resilient life. It allows us to navigate the inevitable changes and challenges of life with grace, confidence, and a sense of purpose. It keeps us engaged, helps us stay connected to others, and ensures that we remain open to the many possibilities that life has to offer. So, the next time you find yourself facing a change or a challenge, remember that you have a choice: to resist and remain stagnant, or to embrace and grow. Ask yourself, what could I learn from this? How could this experience make me stronger or more resilient? By cultivating adaptability and flexibility, you are not just preparing for the future, you are actively shaping it, ensuring that you continue to grow, evolve, and thrive at every stage of life. So, what will you choose to embrace today? If you've made it this far, you're on the path to wisdom and growth. Drop a comment saying, "I choose to thrive," to show you're ready to embrace these Stoic principles for a better, more fulfilling life. Stay tuned. There's much more to discover ahead. Lesson 9. Foster deep, meaningful conversations. When was the last time you had a truly meaningful conversation, one that left you feeling understood, valued, and connected on a deeper level? In our fast-paced, digitally driven world, genuine, heartfelt conversations seem to be a rare commodity. But fostering deep, meaningful conversations is more than just a skill. It's an essential part of living a fulfilling life, especially as we age. It's about creating spaces where we can share our thoughts, fears, dreams, and experiences without judgment, where we can truly connect with others and ourselves. Remember the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca: "One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood." In this lesson, we'll explore why fostering these kinds of conversations is so crucial and how it can help you lead a more connected, enriched life. Let's start by understanding why meaningful conversations are so important. At its core, a deep conversation allows us to feel seen and heard, to connect with another person on a level that goes beyond the superficial. It's not just about exchanging words, it's about exchanging feelings, ideas, and perspectives. Think about the last time you engaged in a conversation that truly moved you. Maybe it was with a close friend, a family member, or even a stranger. What made it memorable? Was it the openness with which you both shared? Was it the comfort of knowing you could speak freely without fear of judgment? Or perhaps it was the insight you gained from hearing another person's story. Such conversations help us grow, learn, and feel more connected to the human experience. They remind us that we are not alone in our struggles, our fears, or our dreams. In modern life, however, these opportunities for deep connection can feel scarce. We are often so busy with our daily routines, responsibilities, and the never-ending barrage of digital distractions that we don't take the time to truly connect with those around us. How many times have you found yourself nodding along in a conversation, not really listening, but just waiting for your turn to speak? Or maybe you felt the frustration of trying to share something meaningful, only to be met with a distracted, half-hearted response. The Stoics believed in the importance of presence, being fully engaged in the moment. Epictetus advised, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This wisdom encourages us to listen more than we talk, to seek understanding rather than just being understood. Now, consider how fostering deeper conversations can enhance your life, especially as you age. As we get older, our social circles may shrink, and the opportunities for casual, everyday interactions may decrease. But this doesn't mean our capacity for connection should diminish. On the contrary, it becomes even more important to cultivate relationships that are built on trust, understanding, and meaningful dialogue. Deep conversations can be incredibly fulfilling, providing a sense of purpose and connection that is vital to our mental and emotional well-being. They allow us to reflect on our lives, share our wisdom, and learn from the experiences of others. Think of them as a form of intellectual and emotional nourishment, that keeps our minds sharp and our spirits lifted. Consider the story of Martha, a retired teacher who found herself feeling increasingly isolated after moving to a new city. Rather than letting loneliness take over, Martha decided to join a local book club, not just to read, but to engage in deep, thought-provoking discussions about life, literature, and the human condition. What she found was a community of people eager to share their perspectives, to listen, and to grow together. Through these conversations, Martha built lasting friendships, rediscovered her love of learning, and felt a renewed sense of purpose. Her story is a testament to the power of deep, meaningful conversations in bringing us closer to others and enriching our own lives. It shows that it's never too late to foster new connections and that meaningful dialogue can be a bridge to deeper, more fulfilling relationships. But how do we cultivate these kinds of conversations in our own lives? It starts with being present and showing a genuine interest in others. Instead of asking the usual, "How are you?" try asking questions that invite more thoughtful responses like, "What's something that's been on your mind lately?" Or, "What's a recent experience that changed the way you think about something?" These questions open the door to deeper discussion and show that you value the other person's thoughts and feelings. It's also about being a good listener, truly listening to understand, not just to reply. This means giving your full attention, maintaining eye contact, and being patient, allowing the other person to express themselves fully. How often do you listen with the intent to understand, rather than just waiting for your turn to speak? Another key to fostering meaningful conversations is vulnerability. Being willing to share your own experiences, fears, and dreams invites others to do the same. It's about creating a safe space where people feel comfortable opening up, knowing they won't be judged or dismissed. Vulnerability fosters trust, and trust is the foundation of any meaningful connection. Are you open to sharing your true self with others, or do you tend to keep your guard up, fearing judgment or rejection? Remember, meaningful conversations are a two-way street. They require both parties to be open and willing to engage honestly and deeply. In today's digital age, we must also consider how technology impacts our ability to engage in meaningful conversations. While social media and texting provide convenience, they often lack the depth and nuance of face-to-face or even voice-to-voice interactions. Have you ever misinterpreted a text message or felt that an online conversation left you feeling more disconnected than connected? It's important to balance our digital interactions with real, meaningful conversations, where we can see facial expressions, hear tone, and feel the energy of the person we're communicating with. In-person or voice conversations provide a richness that digital communication often lacks, allowing for deeper understanding and empathy. So, what can you do to foster more meaningful conversations in your life? Start by being intentional about your interactions. Make time for conversations that go beyond the surface and seek out opportunities to connect on a deeper level. Whether it's scheduling a regular coffee date with a friend, joining a group or club that encourages discussion, or simply being more mindful in your everyday interactions, the key is to be proactive and open. Reflect on the conversations you've had recently. Were they meaningful, or were they just exchanges of information? How can you create more space for deeper dialogue? Remember, fostering meaningful conversations is not just about talking. It's about listening, understanding, and connecting. Fostering deep, meaningful conversations is essential for a fulfilling life, particularly as we age. These conversations nourish our minds and souls, keep us connected to others, and provide a sense of purpose and belonging. They help us understand ourselves and the world around us more deeply, offering new perspectives and insights that can enrich our lives in countless ways. So, take the time today to engage in a meaningful conversation. Ask thoughtful questions, listen with empathy, and be willing to share your own stories and experiences. By doing so, you'll not only deepen your connections with others but also find greater fulfillment and joy in your own life. So what meaningful conversation will you start today? Lesson 10. Practice emotional resilience. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to remain calm and composed, even in the face of adversity, while others crumble under pressure? What is it that allows these individuals to bounce back from setbacks, to keep moving forward with strength and purpose? The answer lies in emotional resilience, the ability to adapt to stress, challenges, and change with a clear and steady mind. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Зрение мы исследуем, почему тренировка эмоциональной выносливости не только выживание, но и ключ к процветанию в жизни, особенно с возрастом. Let's uncover the ways you can cultivate this inner strength and face life's challenges with unwavering confidence. Practicing emotional resilience means building the inner strength to weather life's storms without being overwhelmed by them. It's not about avoiding challenges or pretending they don't affect you, but rather about learning how to navigate them with a calm, balanced mind. Imagine you're on a ship in the middle of the ocean. The waters are rough, the winds are howling, and the storm seems never-ending. Emotional resilience is the anchor that keeps you steady, preventing you from being tossed about by the waves. But how do we cultivate this resilience, especially as we get older and face new, sometimes daunting challenges? It's about training your mind to remain focused and composed, even when life throws unexpected curveballs your way. Ask yourself, how do you usually react when things don't go your way? Do you get frustrated and overwhelmed, or are you able to take a step back, assess the situation, and find a way to move forward? Developing emotional resilience is like building a muscle. It requires practice, patience, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable emotions. One of the first steps to building emotional resilience is to recognize that our emotions, while powerful, do not have to control us. The Stoics believed that we are not disturbed by things themselves, but by the views we take of them. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, famously said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This means that our perception of a situation often determines our emotional response to it, more than the situation itself. Think about a time when you anticipated something terrible happening, only to find out it wasn't nearly as bad as you imagined. How much stress and anxiety did you put yourself through only to realize it was unnecessary? By learning to manage our perceptions and reactions, we can begin to take control of our emotional responses and build resilience. Consider the story of Daniel, a man in his early 50s who experienced a series of setbacks. He lost his job, went through a painful divorce, and faced a health scare all within a few years. At first, these events seemed insurmountable, like a never-ending wave of challenges crashing over him. But instead of letting these setbacks define him, Daniel chose to see them as opportunities for growth. He started practicing mindfulness, learned to meditate, and began journaling his thoughts and feelings. Through these practices, he learned to observe his emotions without being swept away by them, to reflect on his experiences, and to find meaning in his struggles. Over time, Daniel developed a stronger, more resilient mindset. He found a new job, rekindled relationships with old friends, and even took up a new hobby that brought him joy. Daniel's journey illustrates that emotional resilience is not about being unaffected by life's challenges, but about learning to face them with courage and composure. In today's fast-paced, ever-changing world, emotional resilience is more important than ever. We are constantly bombarded with news, social media, and the pressures of daily life, which can often leave us feeling overwhelmed and stressed. How do you manage this stress? Do you find yourself reacting impulsively, or do you have strategies in place to help you stay calm and focused? Developing emotional resilience means equipping yourself with tools to handle stress more effectively. It could be through mindfulness practices, like meditation or deep breathing, which help center your mind and bring you back to the present moment. It could be through physical exercise, which has been proven to reduce stress and improve mood. Or it could be through seeking support from friends, family, or a professional who can offer guidance and perspective. Whatever the method, the key is to find what works for you and make it a regular part of your routine. Another essential aspect of emotional resilience is understanding the importance of self-compassion. We are often our harshest critics, quick to judge ourselves for mistakes or perceived failures. But building resilience involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a good friend. Remember the words of Epictetus. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This means being honest with ourselves about where we are, but also gentle, recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and that setbacks are a natural part of life. How often do you criticize yourself for things beyond your control, rather than accepting them as part of your journey? By practicing self-compassion, we create a more supportive inner environment, one that fosters growth and resilience, rather than self-doubt and fear. Resilience also comes from a sense of purpose. When you have a clear sense of what matters most to you, your values, goals, and priorities, you are better equipped to handle challenges because you have a guiding compass. Reflect on your life for a moment. What are the things that truly matter to you? Are you living in alignment with these values, or are you allowing external circumstances to dictate your direction? The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. This principle is key to building emotional resilience because it helps us stay grounded and focused on what is within our power, rather than getting caught up in things we cannot change. So, how can you begin to practice emotional resilience in your daily life? Start by becoming more aware of your thoughts and feelings, especially in moments of stress or adversity. Instead of reacting immediately, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what is within my control in this situation? And how can I respond in a way that aligns with my values? This shift in perspective can help you approach challenges more calmly and thoughtfully. Next, cultivate habits that strengthen your resilience, such as mindfulness, physical exercise, and self-reflection. These practices will not only help you manage stress more effectively, but also build a more resilient mindset over time. Finally, surround yourself with people who support and uplift you. Emotional resilience is not built in isolation. It thrives in a community of understanding and encouragement. Practicing emotional resilience is about more than just bouncing back from setbacks. It's about building a mindset that allows you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace, strength, and a sense of purpose. It's about learning to control your reactions, fostering self-compassion, and maintaining a clear sense of direction, even when the road gets tough. As you reflect on this lesson, consider how you can begin to cultivate resilience in your own life. What practices can you adopt to help you stay grounded and composed in the face of adversity? And how can you support others in building their resilience, creating a community of strength and support? Remember, emotional resilience is not a trait you're born with. It's a skill you develop over time. And by practicing it daily, you can create a life that is not only more resilient, but also more fulfilling and meaningful. So, what steps will you take today to build your emotional resilience and face life's challenges with confidence? Lesson 11. Maintain financial literacy and awareness. Have you ever thought about the real key to financial security, especially as you get older? It's not just about how much money you have in the bank or the value of your investments. It's about something much deeper and more crucial: financial literacy and awareness. As Benjamin Franklin wisely said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Now we'll talk about why maintaining financial literacy and awareness is vital, particularly as you age, and how it can empower you to make smart decisions, protect your assets, and live your later years with confidence and peace of mind. Maintaining financial literacy and awareness is not just a luxury, it's a necessity, particularly as you age and prepare for a future where financial stability becomes increasingly important. It's easy to think that if you've worked hard, saved a bit, and perhaps invested wisely, you're set for life. But the reality is that without a clear understanding of your finances, how they work, how they're managed, and how external factors like market changes and inflation can affect them, you could find yourself facing unexpected financial challenges. Think of financial literacy as a form of self-defense. It's about protecting yourself from the risks and uncertainties that come with economic changes, unexpected expenses, and even scams that often target older adults. The more you know, the better you can protect yourself and make informed decisions. How well do you really understand your financial situation? Are you aware of the nuances of your investments, your savings, and your spending habits? Or are you operating on autopilot, hoping for the best? Let's delve deeper into what financial literacy means. It's not just about knowing how to balance a checkbook or understand a bank statement, although those are important. Financial literacy encompasses understanding the broader financial landscape, how different types of investments work, what kinds of insurance are necessary, how taxes impact your income and savings, and how to plan for long-term needs such as healthcare and retirement. Are you familiar with the terms of your mortgage, the interest rates on your credit cards, or the fees associated with your retirement accounts? Many people aren't, and this lack of knowledge can lead to costly mistakes. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control. When it comes to finances, knowledge is power. It gives you control over your financial destiny rather than leaving it to chance. Consider the story of Jane, a woman in her late 50s who had always believed she was on solid financial ground. She had a steady job, a 401k, and some savings in the bank. But when her company downsized and she was forced into early retirement, Jane realized she had no real understanding of her financial situation. She didn't know how much she had saved, what her retirement account was worth, or how to manage her finances without a regular paycheck. She found herself scrambling to make sense of her options, feeling overwhelmed and unprepared. Jane decided to take charge of her situation. She started taking financial literacy courses, met with a financial advisor, and began learning about different investment strategies. Over time, she gained a clear understanding of her finances, adjusted her spending, and made informed decisions that allowed her to retire comfortably. Jane's experience shows us that it's never too late to learn, but it's always better to start early. Are you prepared for life's financial surprises, or are you simply hoping for the best? In today's world, maintaining financial awareness is more important than ever. With the rapid changes in technology, the stock market's volatility, and the complexity of financial products, it's easy to feel lost or confused. How often do you check your financial statements? Do you understand the impact of economic changes on your savings or investments? Financial literacy isn't about becoming an expert. It's about understanding enough to ask the right questions, recognize potential red flags, and seek help when needed. By staying informed, you can avoid common pitfalls like high fees, bad investment advice, or falling victim to fraud, which is a growing concern for older adults. Financial scams are becoming increasingly sophisticated, and without proper knowledge and vigilance, it's easy to be deceived. Are you confident that you could spot a financial scam or recognize when an investment opportunity is too good to be true? Furthermore, maintaining financial awareness means being proactive rather than reactive. It's about regularly reviewing your financial situation, understanding your cash flow, and knowing how your money is being spent and invested. It's also about planning for the future, setting realistic goals for retirement, healthcare, and any other significant expenses you might face. Do you have a plan in place for how you'll handle a financial emergency or a major life change? Do you know how long your savings will last if your income stops? By being proactive and staying on top of your finances, you're not just preparing for the worst. You're positioning yourself to take advantage of opportunities when they arise, whether that's a new investment, a chance to travel, or the freedom to help a loved one in need. Financial literacy also includes understanding your rights as a consumer. Do you know what protections are available to you under the law? Are you aware of your rights when dealing with banks, creditors, and insurance companies? The more you know, the better you can advocate for yourself and ensure you're treated fairly. For instance, understanding the terms of a loan or the fine print in an insurance policy can prevent misunderstandings and ensure you're not caught off guard by hidden fees or unfair practices. Have you reviewed your financial agreements recently, or do you trust that everything is in order? Another critical aspect of financial literacy is estate planning, preparing for what happens to your assets after you're gone. It might not be a pleasant topic, but it's an important one. Do you have a will or a living trust? Have you designated beneficiaries for your accounts? These steps can ensure that your wishes are followed and your loved ones are cared for, avoiding potential legal battles and unnecessary stress. Remember, planning for the future isn't just about your peace of mind. It's about leaving a legacy of clarity and care for those who come after you. Are you prepared, or are you leaving things to chance? So how can you improve your financial literacy and awareness? Start by taking small, manageable steps. Educate yourself about your finances. Take a course, read books, or attend workshops on financial planning. Speak with a financial advisor who can help you understand your current situation and guide you toward your goals. Regularly review your financial statements, understand your spending habits, and adjust your budget as needed. And don't be afraid to ask questions. There's no shame in seeking help or admitting that you don't know everything. Remember, financial literacy is a journey, not a destination, and the more you learn, the more confident and empowered you will feel. Maintaining financial literacy and awareness is about more than just understanding numbers. It's about taking control of your financial future and making informed decisions that align with your values and goals. It's about protecting yourself from potential risks, being prepared for life's uncertainties, and ensuring that you can enjoy a secure and fulfilling life, even in your later years. As you reflect on this lesson, consider how you can improve your financial knowledge and awareness. What steps can you take today to ensure you're on the right path to financial stability and peace of mind? Remember, financial literacy is not just for the wealthy or the young. It's for everyone, and it's never too late to start learning. So what will you do today to become more financially literate and aware? As we've explored in this video, embracing principles like maintaining financial literacy, nurturing meaningful conversations, cultivating emotional resilience, and practicing adaptability can profoundly impact your life, especially as you age. These habits are not just about surviving the later years, but about thriving, living with purpose, joy, and peace of mind. At Stoic in Your Life, we believe that applying these timeless Stoic teachings can help you navigate the complexities of life with greater wisdom and serenity. So, which of these principles resonates most with you? How will you start incorporating them into your daily routine? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on more ways to live a fulfilling life through Stoicism. Let's build a community of growth and wisdom together.